in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
It's in the clouds.
Dragons, a thing of myth, the most dangerous animal, yet we want to befriend them. So I made that into a virtual reality by putting you on a desert island where you have to fend for yourself by adding survivability. But why? Well, you are a human, and humans need to eat and drink, otherwise you die. So we made a system where if you do not eat or drink, you lose health. But if you decide to not eat and drink, you'll lose health quicker. We also decided that you can lose stamina by running, which isn't ideal when you're trying to escape from the fire-breathing lizards. Oh, our character can float. But how did we get here? Well, we achieved this by adding an object that adds buoyancy. Basically, this object checks if the player is in or not in the water, and once it knows it's in the water, it spawns and keeps our loving character afloat, because our character is kind of stupid and he doesn't know how to actually float. Now, how do we distinguish if our character is underwater or not? Simply by adding a variable that determines whether the player is on the surface or underwater. Oh, we also added an oxygen system for when you're underwater. Now, the next challenge is not drowning. Isn't that something that we're all trying to achieve as well? Anyway, now that you can survive, you're halfway there to being able to conquer the islands. So, what's the next challenge? Crafting. If you're playing any games in the last year, this is a very simple process. Gather X material to make Y object to get J tools that can also be used to gather the X material to turn into Y goes back into a Y item, and once you get the Y tools to get now, that sounds very complicated, but really and truly, if you played any survival game in the last year, that sounds very simple to understand. Now we have all these materials, how will we store them? Well, by using a chest. Currently, we have 3 different tiers of small, medium and large, and just like any other chest, you put things in and you take them out. That's so thrilling, isn't it? But let's say you have gathered some pesky ores that need to be smelted. Guess what? With an easy installment of £5, you can own your own industrial smelter, fitted with state-of-the-art equipment like fire. This works very simply by putting your ores in the fire, waiting a total of 15 seconds, and boom, you got your own ingot. Oh, our character can't defend himself.
Major fracture detected.
So we made him these. The bow and arrow, which works like any other bows in video games, aim down and shoot, but I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting by having the arrow stick to any surface that it comes in contact with. Then the spear, which works very similar to the bow and arrow, but it can stab things. That's literally the only difference. Finally, one of the biggest things we wanted in our game is a dragon. Took me long enough to code, but here we are. Our little guy can do amazing things like spit fire and fly around the world. I wanted the dragon not to be too powerful, so I added in a limitation that has a stamina system, and once the stamina goes to 0, the dragon starts gliding, as well as having the same system for spit and fire. Something very simple to not make our dragon too powerful. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you may have noticed, the editing style has changed and hopefully for the better. We also have a TikTok account that I will link below. If you like what you see, give us a like and subscribe. That's it. Bye.